What's cracking YouTube? I keep failing a lot, quite a bit. And it's not necessarily a fun thing. It's not a bad thing either, but it's getting to the point where it's a little bit redundant, repetitive in a way. And I know why I'm failing. It's not something where it's like the world's against me, I'm super unlucky. It's something that I can point to and I understand. So I've been programming for about 10 years. Not like a super experienced like professional programmer, but I've been doing it as a hobby. I love making video games and seeing stuff that I make come to life. That's my biggest passionate part about programming is I can actually like see outputs and results from what I'm doing. So over these years, I have made so many projects. I always start something and I might not fully finish it off, but then and I'm like, I don't know. I stop working on it usually most of the time. There's something else comes up in my mind, or there's just excuses and blockages where I'm like, oh, I can't finish this. I'm stuck here, whatever. And I can definitely I can debug. I can get past hard difficulties. But when I start getting to like the end phase, like the farther phase of projects, it's usually when I start to die off. The hardest part for me is the actual like production pushing out part. I feel like that's something that it's kind of difficult, especially when as for my how I see my work. I don't necessarily think I'm a bad programmer, but I have very low like self confidence when it comes to me making stuff. I'm always worried that my skills are gonna be enough for someone else to enjoy, or and that goes with like freelancing too. That's something I was interested in, but I do get demotivated a lot because I always worry that other skills are gonna be better than mine. I'm like, why would someone else come to me? Because I feel like there's just so many better options, which I could that's fuck to say out loud, but well, about myself, self respect, gotta love yourself. But it's true, not necessarily that I'm a bad programmer, but I just don't have the experience. But at the same time, how do you get experience from doing stuff? And that's kind of the uh, double entendre there. Big word. It means I think it means like two meanings to one thing or something. But but I don't want like someone per se to be my practice if I'm freelancing a business or whatever. I don't want to accidentally mess something up. And my biggest worry is like me trying to prove myself can bring someone else down or like waste someone else's money and time. That's something I don't want to do. And it's kind of weird to think like that. Saying that out loud too. I never said that out loud or like fully thought about it like that. But it makes sense why I think that way. I don't want to make like necessarily necessarily dirty money. I'm not gonna throw it off the table though because I'm never gonna close the door. It could always be something later down the line. But as of right now, I like the idea of just clean work, I guess, and making sure everyone benefits from what I'm doing. I don't want to do something where it could, I guess, yeah, just waste someone's time. Let's say I go talk to a business, I make them some sort of tool, but in reality, it just adds another task that they have to do at the end of the day. That's something I don't want to do. Yeah, they paid me, sure, nice, but if I'm not proud of my work, I don't think what I did was perfect. It's really hard for me to actually want to show someone else or publish it. Another part of that is, I guess, the fear of judgment. I'm not a perfect person, no one is. Judgment's a scary thing. I want what people see to be the best of me, which is why it's a worry for me. And it's something that I need to overcome. I have done quite a bit of things in the past like 7 months. I made a real estate software. The idea was it was like users make one application and sorts house listings based off the application. They could apply just to click a one button with the application, and realtors send was it admin manual first. Sorry if this is just like jargon yapping, but it's my video. uh, so as an admin, I can assign these leads to different realtors, and based off like whatever the preferences are, what they do, and whatever. And they had a whole there's like a whole lead management dashboard I made for realtors, and it was a pretty cool project. I did want to go somewhere with that, and then I had a call with my professor from one of my classes because this was over summer break now, and said I couldn't really get anywhere with the project. Well, he said, okay, let me preface this. Great, I love him. He's a great guy. I love his honesty too. Constructive criticism is my favorite. He said that it's a really good project, but as a startup, it couldn't get anywhere. The space is really big or whatever, and hearing him say that was demotivating in a way, not in like a bad way. I'm happy he told me that because that's the blunt truth. But it definitely kind of turned me away from that a little bit, and I just went hands off from the project for a month ish, month and a half, because I was like, well, this is just learning experience now. I think that's a really big thing I do is I stop working on something. I'm like, well, I learned, and that's it. But I only learn on the first development part, which is, yeah, important, but that's not where you see results. You see results following through afterwards to the actual publication part, getting publicity, and yeah, that's just the part that I do really struggle with. I really do want to get better at that, and my goal for at least this year is I want to make one app, or like SaaS, short for SaaS, which is short for software as a service. Oh, off the top of the dome ski. But yeah, I would love to do that. I think it'd be cool, something fun, and my dream day that I'm really looking forward to is the day I make my first dollar online, my first internet money. It's gonna be really exciting. It's gonna be like a freeing feeling in a way, because it's proof that I can do it to some degree. If I can make $1, why the hell can't I make $1 billion? It's nothing stopping me except time. But time's basically infinite. Not really, but yeah. Yeah. So my goal, I'm saying this out loud too, because usually for some goals too, I don't want to say them out loud just in case. But this one I'm gonna say out loud because I want you guys to know it's that's like a public commitment agreement. So then you guys could be like, damn, he's a fucking pussy if he doesn't do this. It's exactly what I want to happen. Because I'm committed to this. I want to have one like software tool or whatever published and launched by July 31st. What year is it? 2026. So that's about 25 days. Not bad at all. I can easily make that work. Hopefully. I can't get too confident. But point is, I think it's going to force myself to actually go through the cycle. And yeah, a little side tangent. I think these like YouTube videos are very good because it lets me, if I say my goal or something, that public agreement. It's another reason I think I have my opinions on social media, but it's a good thing about social media is it can help you with staying to tasks, and making that public agreement is me basically having to do this. Otherwise, I have to face judgment or social consequences, even though realistically no one's probably going to care, but it's enough to help mentally push myself in the right direction. And I guess keep loyalty too, because if I can't stick to that, then yeah. But yeah, this was just want to make a short video because it's been a minute, kind of missed it. But I'm in my sling now, which is pretty cool. My little arm, the up here guy, I have a little exercise ball, pretty neat. But yeah, surgery went a lot better than I expected. I thought my boss and my job and my other coworker had torn labrums. They told me it was gonna be like hell, but honestly, it's a lot better than I thought. A lot better than I thought. It's been like a week and 4 days, I think. Yeah, about. And I have like a pretty good movement going on. They said that my arm would be like stuck like this for like 4 weeks. It's like nah, not for me. Hopefully, I'll be able to snowboard in late January. That's the hope. But yeah, I'm kind of worried when I should get my other. I don't know if did I say this in the last. I don't know. But my left labrum is also torn. Let's go. So for the last 4 years, I've been working out with 2 torn labrums. Don't know what that was from. Probably like football or weightlifting or something, or wrestling. But yeah. So kind of excited to get them fixed. But this whole entire year of just activeness, I won't be able to necessarily have. So yeah. My biggest worry is if I get my other surgery on my left shoulder over winter break, I'll miss out UCF time when I go to Florida, because I'm going to new school as a sophomore in this first semester. I'm not going to be able to be active really with my right arm. That's my dominant arm. And I'm worried that, a lot of activities I have are due to like active things and stuff. Not even like super active, but just active enough where it's like really nice to have access to my dominant arm. So I was thinking about pushing it off until summer next year, or I have no plans for summer. I don't really have like as much of like a social thing I have to build up. So yeah, that's my idea for that. But short video. I just wanted to say that I'm committing to making a software by July 31st, 25 days from now. And I want it to be helpful for you guys too, actually. Because I'll make a launch video. I don't know how well it's going to be, if it's going to be or what's it even going to be like, if it's just me talking in front of the camera, or like some super cool trailer video. But I want it to be something that could be helpful to you and isn't like that won't feel cheesy, like selling in a way. I don't want to make it like a paid software. I want to make it like a free thing, maybe with a little bit of monetization, just in case, hypothetically, so I get that first online dollar, which would be really cool. But you never know unless you try, so it doesn't hurt. It does not hurt. But we'll see how that goes. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hold me to it. Be really pissed at me if I don't. Or maybe I'll make it by like July 31st, but there won't be a video. No, screw that. Launch video by July 21st. Whole product out and ready, shipped July 21st. That's my goal. I'm committed to it. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I hope you have a amazing Monday. Happy 4th of July, too. Happy 4th of July.